watching the news, and it's like the night of his birthday.
Yeah, he's got like the, you know, his housekeeper or his butler, whatever she is, you know, takes care of him. She's the one that does the cooking and everything.
And he takes out. Go ahead.
He has the burger and like the little cupcake and everything, you know, that she left in the oven for him. And then there's definitely some kind of a time lapse. I don't know if it's a couple of days. I don't know if it's a couple of weeks.
Because he pulls out the card, the CRS card from his. It's like he's remembering what happened to him during the day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this happened," you know, like this proposal or whatever. And then
then whenever that is, where he sees the setup in the lobby, then he goes upstairs and does it. And then there's probably a couple of days from the time where he takes all the tests and when they call him to say he was rejected. It's got to be a day or two at least, because he's in the middle of a meeting when they call him to say that he was rejected. But I don't think that was a next day thing. I think there was probably maybe 48 hours, if not 72, in between.
That would make sense, so he wouldn't be suspicious.
Yeah.
You know.
So I think at the low end, this is probably a week, but it could be even longer. That's what I think. I was just kind of curious what your take on what the time frame of the movie is.
It's interesting. I actually kind of like that's obscured because it doesn't try to over-explain too much. Because I hate that when filmmakers don't have like enough confidence in their audience and they want to beat you over the head with all this over-information.
Yeah.
And this absolutely does not do that, so I definitely like that. But yeah, my only little critique, and it's definitely a minor thing, is just the ending compared to everything else and how it's kind of this somewhat of a slow burn to where we're going, and then we get there and it's kind of, I just wanted a little more, at least as far as Nick's character and his development, to see, you know, where he went after that, or if he was actually changed or not, you know.
Yeah.
Just nitpicking, I guess, stuff.
But I think like you said, you know, it doesn't beat you over the head with it. You get enough of his interaction with certain individuals at the party. And even before that, when he, you know, meets up with his ex-wife he meets up with her in front of the house, and then they go to the diner. But I think you get enough from their interaction in the diner, and then his interaction with Conrad and I forget the guy's name, but the guy that had the little publishing company. Oh yeah, yes. You know, you see the scene or the interaction between them, and he's, you know, apologizing for how, you know, he treated them and how he fired them. And the guy says, "Hey, it's, you know, my wife thanks you, I think, because he has more time to spend with his wife now." But you see that interaction there. You see it with Conrad. You see it with Christine, who's his ex-wife, and then her husband. I think my opinion is he shows you enough there at the party to really, so you get the idea that Nick has changed. You know, he's warmer. He's a much nicer individual.
I guess my real issue is that he had just thought he killed his brother, right?
Oh yeah, that's
tried to kill himself. He gets up, and then after he, you know, at first it's realistic because he's in shock, you know.
Yeah.
But then once that wears off, it's kind of just like he accepts everything so quickly that you're like, yeah, like what? Like you just went through so much shit.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna, you know, it's like from A to B within, seconds, it feels like, and I feel like there would be a little bit more blowback from it.
Valid point. Won't argue with you on it.
I guess that's what I meant initially when I said that it felt a bit rushed, is that he was just so eager to just accept this whole thing as just like this big elaborate game, but it's like, you know what I mean? He was drugged and taken to Mexico and all these things, and he's just like, yeah, it was just like, all leading up to my birthday, and that's cool, No,
you're absolutely right. I won't fight you on any of that.
But yeah, in comparison to everything else we got, it's a very small kind of problem.
Yeah.
As you said, you said it perfectly well earlier, that it's just a movie. So.
I mean, you watch 99% of movies, you have to suspend your disbelief at some point. Some movies are fucking ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah.
But then, there's little quibbles. There's something that you have to make the movie interesting. You have to keep it moving. So this is what has to happen, whether it's 100% believable or not. But that being said, I'm not trying to make any of your points invalid by saying that, or even Susie's earlier. Like I said, people like certain movies, and then people dislike certain movies. It's cool. Films are definitely subjective.
Yeah, definitely. I was trying to tell her, even though she didn't want to really pay attention, but I was trying to say maybe it was because we saw this when it essentially was fresh and new, and you have seen people do this kind of concept already, and you're going back and watching this for the first time, so maybe that's why you're like, oh, this is fucking stupid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you've already seen other people try to do it before watching this one. But that's just a theory, I guess.
Excuse me. Yeah. Right. You've seen lesser versions of this before, and now that you're going back and watching this movie, that's much older than these other ones you've seen. It doesn't click, or you don't have the same appreciation that you might have had for it if you'd seen it, first.
Yeah.
So my question for you right now is, give me your 3 to 5 Fincher films then.
Okay.
And eventually, we're going to have to complete this trifecta, and we're going to have to do Zodiac.
I have no problems with that. 7, number 1. Fight Club 2. Gone Girl. Panic Room. The Social Network.
Okay. Was that ranking hard to do? Like, were you heartbroken to have to leave something off? Like I said, Fincher's a director who has every single one of his films has been very solid. You can argue about Alien 3 all you want. I won't fight anyone on that. But putting aside Alien 3, I think all of his films are solid. So even the one that doesn't connect with me as much, like Dragon Tattoo, is still a really good movie.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from. But was making the 5, were you like upset that you had to say, leave something off?
Probably Zodiac.
Yeah. Okay. That's a solid list. It's a solid top 5.
Did you, you gave me yours already, right?
Well, my 1 and 2 are always going to be Zodiac and 7. because those really, really connect with me. The Game, The Social Network. Fuck it, I'm gonna say Panic Room, man. I love Panic Room. Well, thank you for indulging me to talk about, I think so far, like probably the most underrated film we've talked about, at least this year.
Oh yeah, for this year, yes, definitely.
Maybe Ronin, but probably The Game. I think more people would know Ronin than know The Game. But thank you for letting me come on and talk about it, and hopefully get some new fans of the movie out of it.
So, Chris, I had a question for you.
Sure.
If we, do you have like a kind of random horror film that you think would be a good main focus for next week's episode?
Oof. Well, you said earlier that you feel like you cover a lot of contemporary movies.
Yes.
Just in general, not strictly horror movies.
Okay.
And I know you guys, did an older one last week. But how about something like The Howling or fucking Pumpkinhead or something? What about like one of those? Something that's a little obscure.
Okay.
That maybe a lot of people haven't seen. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw a Pumpkinhead, and I haven't seen The Howling in years. Those are two that just like jump out at me because I get random things about Pumpkinhead every now and then from a friend of mine. I really do like The Howling. I just haven't seen it in a long time.
Do you think?
And it's Joe Dante who rules.
That's very true. Do you think we should do like some kind of polling and let people pick which one?
Yeah, that'd be cool. You
Yeah.
put up like the poll on the Instagram or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. So it'll be between Pumpkinhead and The Howling.
And then most of the answers you're going to get are like, what the fuck are these two movies? I've never heard of these.
Yeah. None of them.
None of the above.
Conjuring 3. Do Conjuring 3.
Thank you for letting me on, as always.
No problem, man. Thank you for wanting to be here. It's always a pleasure. With that being said, if you are stumbling upon this podcast, we are from San Diego. We've been doing this for about 4.5 years, so there's plenty of episodes if you want to hop back into our archive, which is available on all the major podcast platforms as of now, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, Sods, Luminary, what have you. And then if you want to see what we're up to within the social media world, we have an Instagram. You can follow us at @dropthemic_podcast, where I'm on as the host, and the co-host, James Warney, is attached to that as well. So if you want to shoot us a DM or come on the show, I can patch you in through Zoom or however you see fit, and we can do a review together. If you want to request like a specific movie for us to talk about, we're open to that as well. So yeah, we look forward to hearing from you out there, and if not, we hope you get your listens. Please subscribe, because it helps people when they're searching for new podcasts in the search bar, wherever it may be in every platform, and give us those 5-star reviews if you feel so inclined. And that's about it. I think we're good to go, my friend.
Awesome. Again, thank you for letting me on. Thank you for accommodating my schedule. I know it's a pain in the ass sometimes, but I really appreciate it.
Of course. No problem, man. Anytime. Always appreciate your you coming on.